everybody, and welcome back to the Vertiverse Podcast, where we go behind the scenes with all your favorite vertical actors. I'm your host, Rocio, and today I am once again live at Verticon with a very special guest, Shanna Sinow.
Hi.
Everybody please
Hi.
welcome her. Hi. How are you?
I'm doing great. Verticon has been a whirlwind. I actually just finished all like the big events that I'm doing today before the awards. So we're in my little break right now, and I'm able to do this, and it's nice.
Your break, and now you're talking to me.
And I'm talking to you, and it's great. I love talking. I do it all the time.
How's it been going? Were you here yesterday too?
Yeah, I had some stuff for the auction. I auctioned off my first script of the first vertical I ever did.
Oh my gosh.
And I also just wanted to come support because it's a growing industry, and everyone in it is so kind and so supportive, and I just wanted to be a part of it.
That's so cool. That's so fun. Okay, well, I want to start off by saying that I really like your pants. I meant to
Thank you.
I was like, oh, those are so fun.
Thank you. I think I got them at Forever 21.
Oh my gosh, shout out Forever 21.
Doing one of their going out of business sales that they do once a year.
Oh my gosh, yeah, because they're all gone now.
Yeah, exactly.
That's crazy.
I know.
The end of an era.
Yeah.
Have you seen people selling vintage Forever 21 clothes?
Vintage Forever?
On Depop.
That makes me feel old. Oh no.
I know, it's crazy. Okay, anyway, so let's get into vertical talk.
Okay.
So, how did you get into act? Not specifically verticals, but how did you get into acting? How did your love for acting start?
It was from a very young age, which I feel like so many people say. But I was in preschool at church, doing plays on stage.
Real.
I was playing a little angel.
The vacation Bible school.
Yes, exactly. Doing Christmas plays.
Pipeline.
And then I always loved singing in the car, and I always I want to be a singer. And then I watched my first musical, and I was like,
what was it?
Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
Oh my gosh.
I watched it at the Starlight Theater in Kansas City. Shout out Kansas City.
Oh,
thank you.
Thank you.
And I was like, oh, I want to be an actor, and then that's what kind of stuck. So I was dancing and singing from a young age, but then when I started acting, 14, 15, it's what I wanted to do, and then I majored in it in college because I just loved being on stage so much. I went to the University of Central Missouri.
Yes,
it's a small school. Shout out Mules. But they had a really great program, and one of our professors there, his name is Aaron Scully, he was on set for Spider-Man 1 and 2 with Tobey Maguire. He was a PA. He tried on the Doc Ock arms, and he would talk about that. And I was like, film sounds cool. And then that's kind of what brought me here.
Okay, cool. And so how did you go from there to being in verticals?
Okay, so I was in my last semester of college, and I knew I wanted to get into film, but I was majoring in theater, and I kind of, at midnight one night, had a panic attack in my apartment. And I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do when I graduate. So I went on to the Kansas City Film Actors Facebook page, and I saw this audition for this werewolf thing. And I was like, oh, I think I've been seeing ads for these on my phone.
Yeah.
I'll submit for it. And I ended up getting a call a day later from this guy that I thought it was spam, because the AD on this is very LA and sounds very LA. So I pick up the phone, and he's like, hey, dude. We saw your audition come in, and we think you would be a great fit. Would you be interested in auditioning? And I was like, sure. But he sent me his IMDb, and it was legit. And then I did a small day player role with them. And they were like, we'd love to work with you again. And then I got cast as the lead on their next project. And then it just, steamrolled from there.
That's so cool. I feel like you don't hear about when people start even not LA on these things. I feel like LA has been the breeding ground for verticals.
I only moved here a month ago. I was doing verticals out of Kansas City for a year, and I ended up doing 10 or 11 just from Kansas City, doing them with them and traveling, and now I'm based in LA, and I've been doing some projects out here.
I feel like I saw part of the 1920s one you did semi-recently with Casey.
Yeah.
How was that?
Oh my gosh, it was so cool.
On Big Lou?
Shout out Big Lou. We love them. But that one, My Beloved True Gentleman, that one, they sent me the script for it, and I was so excited because I hadn't seen any a ton of period piece verticals at the time, and I still haven't seen a bunch of them. But the locations were so amazing. We shot that one in Kansas City.
Yeah.
And they found all these old distilleries, and they found a 1930s car that we got to sit in. I didn't get to shoot in it, but I sat in it. And that was really cool. And the costumes were amazing. It was freezing cold. It was like negative 15 degrees outside.
Really?
Yeah, it was freezing while we
That's
filmed it. And every time we shot a scene in that, it was like, oh, this is the coolest thing I've ever done. No, this one is the coolest thing I've ever done.
That's so fun.
So that one was really fun. And it was really unique because the first scene we shot in that was him, spoiler alert, but he pulls a bullet out of my stomach with his mouth because his hands are tied behind his back.
Right.
And it was the first scene we shot.
Like, I don't know, like that makes sense to me.
It was the first scene we shot of the whole thing, and the bullet was still in its casing. But yeah, it was a nice reintroduction because it was my second time working with Casey.
That's
It was
so
like,
cool.
hi, nice to meet you again. Time
Also-
to suck on my stomach.
That was with April, yeah?
Yeah, no, that was
Or no?
Han. Han was on set for that.
Okay, gotcha.
So she's one of the other.
I also met Han.
Okay, I love Han. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh, Han is such a
they're both
sweetie.
so cool.
They're so amazing.
Dude, this is a story that I told on the podcast with Casey when we talked about this show that you guys did. But like, I remember we were currently with Puppy Love. We were shooting a show called Con Crush. Check it out on Bigloo. But April was like, we were about to shoot some of the like intimacy scenes, and so we were all at this like studio, like talking about the next days, whatever. And April was like, "This is what I want." She was showing us like unreleased footage of your guys' like intimacy scenes from that
Was
specific
it the one
project.
against the wall?
Yes.
That scene was shot like so fast. It was like last minute. The place we were
never
shooting
know.
at was like rushing us out. We had like they were like kicking us out an hour early, and we were like booking through it. And it ended up turning out really great. But
It did, and
stressful.
she was like, "This is exactly what I want." And so it was like a group of like 7 to 10 people just like standing in like a circle, like watching this on her phone. It was so funny.
I'm glad to know that so many people have seen
It was
my
really
intimacy
inspiring for us.
scenes as inspiration for theirs. It's great.
So how has your move to LA been? Like, what kind of like prompted you to do that? I know this is also random, but I was costumes on Love Under Fire, so like
You met my husband?
I met Jace. He was there
Oh
every
my
single
gosh!
day.
We got married, and I got married like 3 months ago now.
Oh my gosh. In Kansas City? Or
Yes,
where'd you guys? Okay.
Kansas City. It was cheaper to get married there than LA.
Oh, I can imagine.
But we had, like, I had been doing these. I had worked out in LA like 3 times at that point. I was gonna start my 4th project, and we were like, I think it's time to move. I've worked there enough. I have a good base. I've met enough people.
Yeah.
I think it'd be good. And he was totally supportive and totally there. And I wanted him to have more opportunities too, because he's an actor as well.
Yeah.
And there's just not much opportunity in Kansas City for that. And so we're like, it's time to move. And so actually in the middle of shooting Single Mom by Mistake, CEO Wi-Fi Fate, with Ryan Ray Vincent.
Say that 3 times.
Yeah, I know. That's the longest title I think I've ever had. I picked up my keys, my apartment keys on the day off, and I went and stayed there for the rest of that shoot.
Oh, that's so fun.
So that one I'd say is my first job in LA, because it is, like, since
Yeah.
I moved here, but it was like mid-move, like literally in the middle
That's so
of it.
stressful. I remember like I was moving in between projects and like during a project, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is like terrible. Like I wouldn't wish this upon my worst
Yeah,
enemy.
we went home for 2 days and then started driving and drove for 3 days right after I
you guys
wrapped that.
drove here too.
Yeah.
Jeez. Wow, that's sweet though. I'm glad you guys got to do that like together.
Yeah, it was really nice, and he's so supportive, and he's so talented. He's been on set like every day since we got here.
Sweet.
It's
and
insane.
he speaks so highly of you, like when we're on set.
I know.
Oh,
He's
like, aw.
he's the best.
That's so cool. How did you guys meet?
We met in college. So I was a
Okay.
musical theater major. He was a performance major, and he was playing Buddy the Elf in Elf the Musical. And that tells you everything you need to know about his personality, because like he's such a funny, fun-loving guy, and But I was just playing like Elf number 5, and we met
Oh,
on
yeah.
that,
Shout
and it
out
was
Elf
just
number
like
5.
fate from there.
Yeah. Oh, that's so sweet. Okay, what do you think are your biggest challenges, like doing verticals? Like, what would you say is like the hardest part of it for you?
Oh gosh, verticals are a challenge in and of themselves, but
Like, give me like a tier list, like one.
Tier list?
1 to 30.
1 to 30. Okay, got it. Go. Honestly, something that I find like good challenging is some of like the stunts because we always try to have a stunt coordinator, but you know, for slaps and stuff, it doesn't always happen.
Yeah.
I have experience with theater combat, so I know how to sell a slap for the audience. Trying to figure out what the camera is and think about, so the camera is my audience, how to sell that. We don't have a stunt coordinator to look at the camera. And sometimes you'll be on a production and there isn't always someone who's paying super close attention to that.
Yeah.
And also, I just am always conscious of what I'm doing, and I'm like, I want to make it perfect the first time. So for me, figuring out those angles on my own, I want to take some classes and like figure out stunts, because I have a lot of experience with stage combat, but I want to figure it out. It translates for camera, but it's slightly different, and I want to figure out those nuances.
Definitely.
So that, and then I like the pace. I love the pace. I love I love the long days. I like being busy. It is still difficult. It's still, and I'm sure a lot of people say that.
Oh, it is.
The 12-hour days on set, and I go home and I'm
Exhausted.
like asleep.
I'll like finish a project and like I'll wake up and be like, oh my gosh, my house is a mess. Because like 8 days, like 12 to like 14 hours a day, I'm like not paying attention to what I'm doing. It's like I go home and I go to sleep and I wake up and I like try to make some breakfast and then I go to set.
I find some kind of food.
Gosh, how did
the
this
hardest
happen?
thing on a vertical set is drinking enough water.
Oh, I don't. And then when they're like, oh, it's a green set, like bring your own water bottle, I just
I'm like, oh no.
like, oh.
I'm never gonna drink water
My
now.
pee is gonna be orange all week, I'll tell you that much.
Exactly.
Do you have any like standout memorable moments on set or anything you just want to like any fun moment you just want to talk about?
Man, there's cute ones on every set I've been on. A big one, and that I've talked about this before, on Fight for Love, the escargot that I feed to Tyler in that scene is real escargot. And it was cold.
That's
and had been like
crazy.
sitting out.
In the budget for that real escargot.
Yeah. And so I'm like feeding him the biggest cold snails that I possibly can find, and he's like looking at me in between, like, I hate you, because escargot's good, not whenever it's ice cold. And oh gosh, that was so funny. And in the actual take of that, they used a take where I like airplaned it to him, which was me just improvising and being like, and that's the take they ended up going with, and it was so funny.
That's so funny.
That, and then my newest one that came out, there's a scene with a money gun, and Gordon, the child that played my son Lucas, he is such an amazing actor to work with. Oh my gosh, he's so wonderful, so fun, and he loved that money gun. He was so excited. He's like, yeah! He's spraying it in the air, and he got distracted and forgot to do the rest of the scene because he was so excited about this money gun.
I feel like the child actors who work on these verticals are like next level. I'm like, oh my God, you're so talented.
You're saying so many lines. They give them so many lines.
How are you doing this? Like, I can't imagine being like, what, like 8 years old, like being in front of all these people and saying all these things and like killing it. It's crazy.
And he's killing it. And he killed it on that set.
It's so funny to see. I'm like, where do you guys come from? Like, what did your mom eat?
I know, like, man, I did not have that good of a memory when I was his age.
Yeah, no.
It wasn't until like middle school that I started like remembering things. What do you mean?
What do you mean you're in like the performance of a lifetime?
What do you mean you're like remembering full lines and have been studying them for a week? That's crazy.
It's wild. Okay, where do you see the future of vertical storytelling? Where do you see yourself like in that space? Or like where at least do you hope it goes in the future?
Hope we see it become, instead of verticals being a genre, it being more of like a type of streaming, and that we have all of the different genres that we already see in vertical space. Obviously, verticals have to be their own thing because of the 1 minute episode breaks and the way they hook you in. I honestly don't think that should change. I think it's what makes them unique and makes them verticals. But I think we could definitely see way like more horror, way more action. I love rom-coms. I've done a couple rom-com verticals. They're my favorite to do, and I think we could see more of those. I just think expanding on the genre and then toning down some of like the violence towards women that we see a lot. And as much as I love a good slap, sometimes they're called for and sometimes they're not.
There's only so many slaps you can take.
I think we can keep the heightened nature of it, but still regulate it.
Yeah.
And I see that it becomes more of that every day.
Yeah.
And I hope to see that it continues to grow in that way, and that we get, because I think it'll help it become a more respected form of media as well. Like, I respect and I love verticals, but we all know there's plenty of people out there that are like, you do verticals, which sucks because, man, I love my job. But
I know, it's so fun. I don't think people realize just like what a great community of people it is, and like how passionate and talented everybody who's in the vertical space like actually is.
So passionate. Oh my gosh, you have to be to spend a week doing 12-hour days.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
It's insane.
Yeah.
doing like 18 pages a day.
It's crazy. It's wild. Do you have any advice for aspiring actors / vertical actors / anyone who's trying to like get into this industry?
Yeah. Biggest one, and I had to hear it out. Everyone tells you this, but I had to hear it from somebody else for it to click. Submit it and forget it. If you care about every audition you submit, you're gonna go crazy and you're gonna be upset, and it's gonna be the worst. But submitting it and forgetting it, and then when you do get those calls back, you're like, oh, I remember this one, and then you can kind of lock in. But that was the biggest thing that
I feel like that's really great advice.
That like everyone knows, but you don't think about, and I didn't think about it till I had someone phrase it like that.
Yeah.
And it's like become my mantra of like submit it and forget it, submit it and forget
That's
it.
so good. I feel like even for like anybody in the film industry, like I do costumes specifically, and it's like I'll like email people and like apply to things, and I'm like, okay, I just like can't think too much about it.
Yep.
Like if they email me back, they email me back, and if they don't, they don't.
Exactly. So submit it and forget it is my biggest piece of advice.
That's really great. I love that. I can tell people that from now on.
Yes, and it rhymes.
It does.
Exactly.
All right. Well, thank you so much for being here with me.
Thank you for having me.
Interview you quickly in between your breaks or whatever
Exactly.
you want to. But
that was a blast.
I know, it's so good to meet you. Finally. I
Finally.
feel like I've heard like so much about you. And
I've
met,
heard
like,
so much about
else.
you guys too. Yeah, definitely. April's told me so much, and we
April.
almost had that interview forever ago.
Oh my
and
gosh, we did.
Yeah. But now it finally happened. It came to fruition.
Live at Verticon.
Live at Verticon.
Are you nominated for anything? Is anybody you know nominated for anything?
True Gentleman is nominated for Best Costumes.
Oh my gosh, fun.
So I'm hoping.
They were so fun.
I'm hoping we get that one because
That's
those
so
costumes
cool.
ate. They were so good.
They were so good. I was like, oh, someone put me on a historical vertical.
Exactly.
And give me a big fat budget. Too.
Yes, please. Or go to Kansas City and it's cheaper there.
Exactly. All right, well, thank you so much. It was so good to talk to you.
Thank you for having me. This is great.
Yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of the Vertiverse Podcast. Be sure to follow us on Instagram at the Vertiverse, and you can find all of our episodes on Spotify and YouTube.